Hey everybody, welcome back to Accelerator. Hope you're having an amazing day and hope you got started on booking your sit downs. Today, I want to talk to you about what do you do during the sit down. Okay, what is the format? You met them at Starbucks, you met them at lunch, you went to their house, they came to your house, you met them for happy hour. Step one, you're going to have some small talk. How's it going? Good to see you. What's new? What's up? Da, 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 da. Then you're going to transition to a business conversation. Say, look, I want to have a business conversation with you, depending on how you invited them. But before I do that, let me just tell you my story. And I want you to go through the 4-part storytelling concept. Your background, what you didn't like about it, your areas of dissatisfaction, that you found a solution, and how you feel about the future. Just telling your story, like we've explained to you and you've practiced hopefully by now, is going to open up doors, open up empathy, open up their receptivity to whatever it is you have to share. People are going to want to lean forward. They're going to want to help. Okay? And during this, you could probably do this before, small talk. I would insert after small talk, compliment. Compliment them. Thank them for getting together. Compliment them about something that you admire in their life, how much you appreciate them, how much you admire them, and tell them specifically why. Then I would do something. This isn't going to take a lot of time. I want to share it with you. And then I would do your story. Okay. So small talk, compliment, take the pressure off. This is not going to be a long drawn out thing. And then your story. After you told your story, I would make sure that you are prepared. You have something tangible. You either have something, a short video you can play them while you're sitting there. You have magazines that your company has, or product brochures, pamphlets. You have the compensation plan printed out. You have something third party that you can point to as you're educating them. Make sure if your products are physical products, that you have products with you, if that makes sense, or some sort of demo or something that they could tangibly touch, feel, see, if that's not too clunky. If it's more difficult, if it's a service or whatever, you can show some things on your phone. If you want to have a tablet with you, show it on a tablet. It's a little bit bigger. But what I would just say is be prepared to not just have it be your words that are bringing the credibility. If it's just your words, they could pick apart at your credibility. But if you're pointing, reading, introducing them to something, or telling a story about something or someone else, that has more credibility. We call it third-party tools. It's not just your words. They don't have to take your word for it. They can look at this. They can look, here's how the compensation plan works. Here's some science about the project or the product. Here's some testimonials that might be interesting to you. Here's some background about the company. Here's the kind of support that the company has available if you decided to get involved. Here's a little bit of information about our team. Just some basics, stuff you can point to. It can be on video, but make it brief. 3 minutes or less if you're sitting down for coffee. 3 minutes of watching a video is a long time. It gets a little awkward. Okay, quick, punchy. Some things that they can take a look at and understand. Okay, so you go through stuff that you can point to, and I always talk about product, company, comp plan. Product, show them something. Company, show them something. Comp plan, show them something. Support, show them something. And call to action, timing, show them something. Here's why this is the perfect time. I'll say that again. Talk about the product, Is there a need? Does it meet the need? Is it price to sell? Is it price for profit? You guys should know this by now. Is there a need? Does it meet the need? Is it price to sell? Is it price for profit? Answer those 4 questions with them, for them. Show them something. Talk about the company. Do they have the background? Do they have the chops? Do they have the experience? Show them something. Compensation plan. Can people make quick money early? Can they make reasonable, good part-time money, side hustle money? Can they make big money? Show them something. Support. What kind of support would be available? Show them something. Timing. Why is this a good time to get involved with the company? Show them something. And then you just have a call to action. You start asking on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your temperature? Hypothetically, if you got involved, how much would you need to earn per month to make this worth your time? Assuming part-time, how much money would you have to be earning in order for this to be worth your time? How many hours a week could you realistically work? How many months would you be willing to give it in order to do this? And if I could show you how to get the money in the time and the months, would you be willing to at least take the next step, learn more about it? You might get some questions. You might get some objections. Those are normal, and they're your friend. And if you do, we've talked about that last week, how you get past that. So guess how you're going to learn how to do a great presentation? By doing some bad ones. The first one, you're going to be stressed out. Second one, a little bit less so. Third one, especially if you can condense them. If I could give you a gift, it would be doing 20 presentations in one 24-hour day. That's a gift that would change your life. You know why it would change your life? Because you would stop treating each one like it's such a precious thing. You'd start to go bang, 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 bang. I can make this faster. Bang, 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 bang. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. If you're not going to do it, somebody else is. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, I'm leaving with or without you. Bang, 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 bang. And I've worked with and coached a lot of people that their first presentation was an hour, because they just couldn't stop talking. And then their next one was 50 minutes. And then the next one was 40 minutes. And then the next one was 30 minutes. And by the time they'd done like 15 or 20, they're like, look, I'm going to get through this in about 10 minutes. Let's go. You in or you out. Their posture changes. Everything changes. Quantity, the number of sit downs that you will do, will improve your quality. This is not something that you can ultimately prepare for a perfect presentation. You just need to put a smile on your face, love in your heart, not treat yourself so seriously, and just say, you know what? I'm going to go learn by doing. And you could say to the person, I'm not an expert at this. This is a secondary business for me. So don't judge my little presentation so harshly because I'm learning. But let me give you my novice, rough understanding of what this is and why I thought of you. Product, company, comp, support, timing, call to action. Right? And the only purpose for the sit down is to schedule the next exposure. The next exposure could be them going home with some product and trying it, and then you schedule a follow-up call. Next exposure could be getting together with their spouse for lunch, a couple days later. Next exposure could be sending them some stuff and having them do some homework. Next exposure could be a 3-way conversation with somebody else in your company, your upline, or someone else. Or to send them a video to watch to get more credibility. Or to view more credibility, I should say. See what I mean? The only purpose for having this exposure is scheduling the next one. So that's what you're going to be preparing to do. Okay? So I know I kind of went fast here, but if you need to go back and watch this again, you have the replay to do it. Watch it again. But I challenged you yesterday to schedule 10 sit downs. This is what to do in them. Right? Small talk, compliment, set their expectations. This is going to be easy. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be light. It's not going to be serious. Tell your story. Go through the 5 elements in every business: product, company, compensation, support, timing. Show them things along the way. And then a call to action. Do you see an opportunity? What did you like best? about what I just shared with you. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And those simple questions to be able to set up the next exposure. If they're ready to get started, fantastic. Most of them won't be ready to get started that minute. They might need to go sleep on it, let it sink in, try out the products, do a little homework, whatever. That's fine. It's normal. Make sure you do not leave that sit down without scheduling the next time you're going to be connecting to them, whether it's on text, phone, FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, face-to-face, schedule, whatever it's going to be. Schedule the next one before you leave the first one. If you leave the sit down without scheduling the next exposure, you messed up. You've got to schedule the next exposure. Your doors are open. You're in business. So long as you keep these conversations happening. Okay. And here's what I would tell you. One thing that would take some pressure off. For an entrepreneur, a presentation doesn't have to be that good because they'll connect the dots. They'll see opportunities and angles of this you won't see, you haven't even thought about. An entrepreneurial mind engages when it's looking at opportunity. So all you have to do is get the basics out in front of them and they'll start connecting the dots. Okay. And whether they're a successful entrepreneur, if they just have entrepreneurial hopes and dreams, if they're entrepreneurial leaning, they'll lean in to this kind of a conversation, even if you are not perfect. Okay. So that's what you do during your sit downs, your 10 sit downs over the next 9 days now. Okay. That's your assignment. Craft a simple thing and then just plan, do review. Make your plan for your first presentation, do it, immediately review it. What worked, what didn't, what could I do better? And then make a better plan for the next one. Do the same thing, review that, make a better plan for the next one. By the time you're done with 10, you're going to be amazed at how much better you are at presenting and how much more comfortable you are at presenting and why you're going to be wondering, why didn't I do more of this earlier? This is a great, great tool. Okay. So that's it. I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Mwah.
Get that out there. Okay, perfect. All right, so yeah, let's mastermind briefly on this, and then we'll let you guys go. Notice it's a lot, the calls are a lot shorter because we want more action, right, to happen. And speaking of that, Tal, looks like we have a call for your people today, so I'm super excited about that. Really excited. And for those of you that haven't scheduled your calls, right, your presentation calls, make sure that you do that as soon as possible. Reach out to us, right? Reach out to as many people as possible within the team. It doesn't have to be just your upline. Could be anyone in the team that you dive with or whatever. And let's do these calls. Let's take a lot more action than just, listening and going over information. So big shout out to you, Tal, for that. 9 prospects so far. Awesome. I think you also made that available to the team, right? In the group. So you guys can actually even do that, bring some of your leads to that group. Oh, sorry, to that presentation tonight. The info on that is in the 6-8 chat, okay? But yeah, as far as, the in-person meetings, it's very simple. It's very simple. You're not, it doesn't have to be any technical, advanced thing that you're doing with the people that you're meeting with. It's literally just sharing your story, sharing why you're doing this. Doesn't even have to be you don't even have to have a lot of success for this to work. It's about talking about why you're doing this, where you were before. Remember that storyline. And so a lot of you have to just go over the replay for this, and then go over the replay for the story to share your story as well. So that way you can do that when you do your in-person meetings, right? Again, if you're getting people online that you can't do the in-person meeting with, it's okay. You can do it on Zoom, right? You can do it on Zoom. You can do it over the phone. You can, right? Just work with what's available for you. Okay. But the assignment is, as much as possible, you want to do the in-person because it's more powerful, right? And then another thing that he spoke about, which is really good, It takes pressure off of you as you talk about other people in the community that are winning, other people in the community that have results, right? And that could be a reason that attracted you as well. And you can also edify people in the community. That way, your next exposure for them, like Eric says, you want to schedule that next exposure, whether it's inviting them to a presentation or whatever, right? That next exposure can be connecting them to leadership, someone in one of your uplines or someone in the leadership, right? Very simple. That way, all you're doing is exciting them on, what you like about the opportunity. When it comes to the comp plan, it isn't even, you don't even need to give all the details. It could just be you talking about, I like to break it down and condense it. Your first 4 sales, your first 4 sales, you can make anywhere from 2 to 15K, depending on what you start with, right? That alone will get people excited, especially like Eric was saying, if you're talking to entrepreneurial minded people, if you're talking to people that are network marketers, right? They get that already. It's like, wow, like there's no comp plan out there like this. I remember when I shared, uh, I was doing a lot of meetings like this, and I shared with a guy that came in, and he ended up blowing up in the team as well. But he was more advanced as far as sales and all that kind of stuff than I was. Right? He'd been doing sales for a long time, but he saw the potential with the compensation plan. That's what resonated with him. So it wasn't me really closing him. It was just us having a conversation, me exciting him or telling him about why I was excited. He saw where I was at and where I was going. That was enough to kind of get him more intrigued at the very least about looking at the opportunity closer, right? And he ended up joining. The rest the rest is history, right? So like Eric said, the more of these that you do, the more comfortable you'll get. Yeah. And you want to even condense it. So if you have 10 meetings, it's better that you do the 10 meetings in the week. I mean, not saying that if you obviously are busy and you have different things work and stuff like that, and you can't do that, that's okay. But I'm just letting you guys know, the closer these things are, the activities are, the better it is for you. Right. So bang it all, get them out the way. That way your confidence boosts, you get more reps in faster, and so there's more like it's better, like you get more skilled a lot faster, and you're doing a high income activity, right, which is huge.
Real
So
quick, Josh.
yeah.
Tal asked in the chat. She said, "How do you feel about showing them videos and watching the videos with them in person?"
Yeah, that's powerful. I've done that, especially when I was new. I know Neve said he did that as well and stuff like that. That's really powerful. Yeah, but at least to kind of, again, if just to kind of get into the action taking and without having to do a lot, I would say, yeah, you could do that for your first couple of meetings, see how it goes, plan, do review, and then you can add on as you go, right? The more you do that, the more comfortable you'll get. You see them react and be like, oh, wow, this is very interesting. This is very simple, blah, blah, blah. And then you can even start taking a more active role as you get more comfortable, right? But yeah, to start, that wouldn't be a bad idea. You can literally say, hey, let's watch these. After you talk, tell them your story, blah, 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 build the rapport a little bit, see what they're up to. Then you can say, yeah, so we can watch these videos together, right? Based on what they're interested in and what some of the problems that they have. You can watch. So let's say product, watch the product video. And then you can ask, then you can kind of discuss that afterwards, what they liked most about it, right? You can do that with the comp plan, same idea, if they're interested in earning income and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be a nice way to kind of ease into it. Yeah, for sure. For sure, I recommend that. We also have a presentation. We have presentation slides too, right? So you can practice again if you know the person, or you can say, listen, I'm new, I'm doing this casually part time, but it's just so good that I wanted to share this with you, right? And I'm gonna make mistakes and stuff like that, but the information is here. You can ease your way into starting to do more of those as well, right? Because the presentation slides close deals. We've had that happen. People just start and then read the slide, usually over Zoom, right? Usually over a Zoom call, read the slides, and people say, wow, this is very, very powerful. I'm interested, right? Okay, so let's see what else is in the chat. Oh yeah, what time is the presentation? I think it's 5 p.m. PST.
Yeah, 5 p.m. PST.
5 p.m. PST. Yeah. And the link is in the 6A. Just go into the Race to 6A Facebook group and then scroll up. You'll see it in there. I'll drop it in there, just a little bit up above. So go there, make sure you have it, and then you can send it out to your leads, right? Send it out to your leads. Definitely take advantage of that. Any other questions, and then we'll let you guys go. Or anything else? Any? Okay, nice. I just dropped it in the group. So yeah, you guys can copy paste that. You can copy that and use it.
Perfect.
Awesome. I guess there's nothing else. Did you want to touch on anything at all? I think this is pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, it is.
Pretty straightforward
Again, going back to the proximity is king. You do the work in person, you'll see quicker results. That's just what I've seen. I know for Josh, it's similar with you. Yeah, the in person really takes
yeah, and
to a new level.
And you'll start having fun with it too. You really will, because the in person is not necessary to close the sale. I want you guys to understand that it's not necessarily to close the sale. You're not going in there to close. Sometimes they will get closed, but there's no pressure there. It's just basically you're sharing your story as to why you're doing it. You're building some rapport, and then you can watch the videos with them, or you could show them some stuff. You know, you can edit. You're obviously edifying people in the team, some of the leaders. And I remember I was doing that. Like I was meeting up with people, and I was just exciting them on other people in the team that were having massive results. I was talking about Balaj. I was talking about people within our team that were crushing it. And the fact that all I was doing at the time was referring. That's all I was doing, you know, for the most part, 90% is I was referring people to a presentation or referring people to information, and that was it. The presentation was closing people, or, you know, or the information, they were blown away at what they saw. And very simple. People can do that, right? Because they do that in their daily lives anyways. So yeah, I mean, now we have the game plan. And so it's just a matter of rewatching this video, watching the story video, how to tell your story, and going in there, you know, and just, you know, booking those calls, booking those meetings, getting in person or on Zooms. And that's basically it. Right? And the more you do that, again, the easier that it will get. So start scheduling if you haven't scheduled. Make sure you do that. Okay, we'll be checking in with you guys. Because now it's all about activity. This is month 2 of this, right? We're in month 2. Now it's about all the action that we can get, right? That we can take. Post in, yeah. And then, yeah, for tonight, again, 5 p.m. PST, make sure that you broadcast that in your stories. You can put it on your, you know, you can post about it. Another thing that you should also do, we just had a huge result in the community. So guess what? You want to make sure your leads are in the groups. Don't sleep on that. And you want to make sure that you're engaging as well. Make sure you're engaging, make sure you're adding your leads in there. And yeah, you'll see a lot more traction, especially after this call. Okay. Awesome. So I guess that is it for the day. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you at 5 p.m. I'm super excited about this presentation with Tal, and then we'll get more going, guys. Let's get more going for you. All right. So have a great one, and we'll chat soon. See you tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. PST.
We are out of here, squad. Peace.